Hello and welcome to New Meta Podcast, episode 113. Diretide is here, 113, unlucky for some, Halloween style. And we've got a crazy update from Valve, I think tenfold more than what anyone was expecting with Diretide. It's like a mini battle pass, but anyway, get to that in a moment. Joining me as always, Marco and Adam. How you doing, Marco? You feeling good today?
Yo. Feeling good.
Thank you. Adam, you're actually the only person that's played Diretide properly. Me and Marco have just come in from the cold and read about the updates and seen some sets, but you've dipped your toes in, so how are you feeling today?
I'm alright.
Oh, come on.
You hurt from the 0-1 Diretide start. People not hitting towers, people not playing objectives.
We're like 1-3.
Oh, you've played it a lot today?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you just played one game.
No, it's not like we don't know how to play the mode, that's why we lost. It's like come on, play the game.
Ah, I see. Yeah, sorry, go on.
How'd you play the game? I'd be keen to know.
You just collect candy.
Is that it?
Well, I mean, it's got its own map.
Do you kill creeps and kill heroes?
Shove waves, kill heroes, yeah.
That is involved.
Candy.
Cast spells.
Cast spells. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So, do you want to kill the enemies so they're off the map and can't collect candy, basically?
It's more that you steal their candy after they have it.
Oh, okay. Unless they put
and
it
then
back
Roshan
into
runs after you and you give him candy, and then he goes and tries to kill someone else on the other team. And then there's scarecrows that pop up. That's like the objectives that was triggering me. That's like every so often they pop up and they give out a load of candy on the top and the bottom. And so you should contest them and not give them away for free.
Objective gaming.
Yeah.
Diretide gaming.
But it's just 5 rounds. It's best 3 out of 5. So early in the game, it's like skirmishing with level 3 heroes, level 5 heroes. And at the end, everyone's level 30.
That sounds like fun. How long does it last, each game of Diretide?
Depends. I mean, if you 3-0 someone, it's pretty fast. If it's a full 5-rounder, I don't know, maybe it was like 25 minutes? I don't know. Yeah, it's 25 because it's 5-minute rounds, maybe?
Is it just who's got the most points at the end of 5 minutes?
Yeah. And then there's like Clinks is really good. I will say that. Because they aren't just like regular creeps pushing the waves. They're special like Halloween creeps. So there's this giant undying creep that he can eat with Death Pact and then just get ginormous off of it. Like the Clinks can. The Clinks gets like 300 damage from eating this creep and like 2k health. It's like, that probably should be patched. Probably shouldn't be able to eat these. Like it's way stronger than like an ancient creep, and Clinks can't eat those.
Yeah, that sounds like a firefight patch needs to come out for the Clinks abuse. So you mentioned 5v5 level 30 skirmishing sort of thing for these pumpkin things, or in theory. Is that like genuine skirmishing like it would be in a normal game, or is it a bit different? You're just sort of collecting candy and then a fight might happen around something, or? Well,
no one's really buying the same type of items. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like It's not standard builds. I guess I went standard when I played Zeus, but no one's buying like regen, or you really just want to either get wave pushers or like nuke or pick off. That's basically it. Like team fight. I guess if you go super late, like the PA got scary on the other team, or like Viper with Nether Toxin Silence, but before that wasn't like scary at all.
Interesting. Is mobility important to like zoom around the map?
Yeah, that's like the first game we played. It seemed like Clop was the most broken hero ever because she just was. It's a condensed map, so she was able to like just blink twice and be across to the other side.
Anti-mage and stuff. Yeah. Maybe.
Anti-mage might not be good till later, but
true. Yeah, no skirmish. Anyway,
fun mode. Lots of treasure to be won, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll get on to the treasure and all of these crazy seasonal happenings, but games first. Marco, how's Dota been this week for you?
Not been able to enjoy too many. I had a dabble, I think on the weekend maybe. Adam, I subjected Stan to unranked 2-man unranked Dota 2, which is a volatile place to be when you play unranked with me, because the games, there's some really high people in there. There was this rank 600 Earth Spirit, and everyone's always high rank, but then no one's really taking it seriously, obviously, but then people get flamey or don't play the game. Like we had this Pudge just doing Pudge things, but obviously everyone's really pretty good, so then good crazy plays can happen, and I get kind of tilted in these games sometimes. They either go really well or I just get really flamey, and Stan had to suffer through 2 of those games.
Yeah, it was a little rough. It wasn't the worst thing ever. I got a POS 5 Rubik in. I've been liking playing Rubik support recently. I played a Rubik support earlier today that was good. And I had the nightmare scenario where I wanted to play unranked solo to practice a hero. And then I rolled for mid and lost, so I had to play like POS 5 in unranked solo.
Oof.
So
that's the worst.
That is the worst, yeah. So I just tried out the Rubik. I actually genuinely thought I played unbelievably well as Rubik in this game. It was one of the best support performances I had. I was against like Wraith King, which is just so good for Rubik because you just steal Wraith Fire Blast, a really good spell to have. But yeah, it was all round good times. Pulling waves, just the dream support game where you stack the small camp at 2 and then you pull it to completely destroy a wave, and then you immediately pull it again and destroy the next wave too. So it was just like unbelievable laning stage because they were hitting creeps under their tower because they got double waved, and then I get this 2 pulls in a row that totally destroy 2 creep waves that they don't contest. And it's just dreamy. It's had that game, which was really good. I don't know if you want to know the hero that I was intending to pick in that game mid to practice.
I think it was Tinker.
It was indeed Tinker.
Yikes.
I won a game yesterday on Tinker in a unranked solo and had the highest, team damage and had good stats basically, and we won and it felt good, and I thought, damn, that was pretty good. But my early game's really bad on Tinker. That's the bit I find difficult, is getting travels at 10 minutes, no matter what. I think that bit's hard. There's lots of room for optimization because I watch replays of people that kind of get slapped in the lane a bit. They're like 0-2 in the lane and they still get an early travels at 11 minutes, 10 minutes from lots of stacking and just very efficient play with March of the Machines. And if I can find a way to replicate that in some way, then it's going to improve. Once I get Blink Dagger and BOTs, I feel okay. I feel okay.
I don't like the hero because I feel like it requires so much refining, like you say, in that 15-minute period of farm and optimization. Because without it, if it's coming online too late, it can be a bit crap. I mean, definitely. Yeah, everyone loves to play it though, because then at 30 minutes and you just APM all over the place, feel like a god and all that. But I always find that early game so painful.
Yeah, definitely. I had the urge to try a new hero, and I was considering a few. I considered learning Syllabare. I considered playing Lone Druid, and I played that in one game of Unranked. I played versus bots, and then I played a game of Unranked, and it just felt hard, like harder than I was expecting. So I was like not sure about Syllabare, and I was thinking about Arc Warden as well.
Oh god,
Arc Warden's a nice one.
Oh gosh, that's a sweaty hero. If you're gonna spam it,
Arc Warden.
I'd rather you play that than Tinker.
True.
I think Syllabare would be a cool one because it's sort of pretty solid. It's just a solid, decent hero that people play as like a strong carry. Mask of Madness and MKB or whatever it is on the bear, but it seems hard to me. It seems like the hardest one of the bunch because I was playing it in this unranked game and I was getting jumped a lot and nuked quickly, and it just felt quite difficult. It's harder than it looks to keep your hero out of harm's way and out of being jumped, and even though you've got Savage Roar on the bear, if you're going to walk the bear back to your hero and then Savage Roar, it's sometimes wasn't enough, or the bear gets silenced and stuff like this, and so I found still a bit difficult. But anyway, enough of my adventures into playing a new hero. Adam, how have your games been?
Fine. I can't think of that Pudge game where you were Tinker and Marco was position 1 Snapfire that went Diffusal first. That one left a pretty harsh mark on my soul. But besides that...
Oh, God. Yeah, why did Stan not pick Meepo? That was the single draft game.
Yeah, that was a single draft. When you had Meepo, you didn't play it twice in a row, and you picked Tinker.
The enemy team have such a
I think the
legit
Diffusal
draft.
first on Snapfire 1 made me more mad, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Diffusal was never an item on Snapfire.
I feel like if you got Ags first, or just went like full damage build and went like an MKB and hoped we got level 20, but instead we got a halfway measure.
Yeah, well, I needed to get to 20. The guide I was using said Diffusal, so
yeah,
drain the mana,
that's
keep
the problem.
lock down the heroes.
What's the build?
I remember. Sorry.
Blink Ags is. I think Blink's really common on the core Snapfire as well, isn't it? You get Ags and a Blink, and then you build towards the MKB stuff for the level 20.
I think the Ags is core, and then after that, you can do whatever. If you want to be like utility, you can do that, or if you want to be big damage, you can build towards that too. But I think both of them build the Ags. Especially when you have like an initiator or something, it feels so good to throw like an axe.
Yeah,
but no, I agree. My Diffusal was worse than the 55 deaths at the end of our team. That's fine.
I don't know. Then the Tinker build.
Here we go.
You went the March, so it's like we couldn't do anything. Even when you finally did have travels, it's like we couldn't kill anything.
Yeah,
once you keep it in and put down. It's like, so we just kind of.
That was the most brutal single draft game ever, in that we have a Pudge Tinker Techies classic single draft, just low priority trash. Enemy team has a Sven Darkseer Zeus, cores just flying around. Optimal gameplay. How did this happen?
Yeah, it's funny because I swear in single Meepo's my most played hero. I swear I get Meepo in 25% of single draft games.
Yeah.
It's silly how often I get this hero. I was even joking going into it, like, oh, imagine if I get Meepo. And then Meepo's just there, one of the three. It's unbelievable, and I just played it, and so I don't want to play Meepo. If we're actually tryharding, then great. I'll pick Tinker.
Talk because I picked Pudge, so it was a guaranteed loss to begin with.
Yeah, I had fun. That's the beauty of Tinker, is it just doesn't matter what your team what your team are doing.
I had
fun.
Yep.
When the game ends, you don't even know which team won. You were just doing your own thing, zapping.
Yeah, easy.
But I do remember a couple of games. I played a Shadow Shaman. And it was like I was a 2-stack, and then there was a 3-stack on the other team. And it was really fun. And I remember, so I was like a 4 Shadow Shaman, and someone was like, on the other team was like, man, these wards are really great. Like, this vision's amazing. Who's been doing that? It's like, good job, Oracle. And Oracle's like, that wasn't me. He was like an actually honorable Oracle. He's like, thanks.
Nice.
Yeah. Been a long time since someone's been like, these wards are great.
I like saying that. I tend to say that a fair bit. If the wards are, if we're trying to play aggressively and we've got aggressive wards, so we see where the enemies are on their side of the map. I don't know. I just love that. I'm always like, oh, these wards are so good. Let's play. Yeah.
That's why I like when Stan uses a spell in the lane.
Use a spell pod,
bro. Let's chill out.
The other one, is good. I guess this is your guys' fault that this happened to me. So I got to flame you a little bit. Played a game last night, and It was like, standard run-of-the-mill loss, no big deal. But of course, I'm playing with a stack of like an ancient and then like a legend. So it's, mixed bag of ranks. And so you lose the game, and then someone on your it was a 3-stack and a 2-stack. So someone from the 2-stack looks in your profile after the game, sees you're an immortal, thinks you didn't carry your weight, and they're like, "Oh, there's no way this drow is an immortal." And then he's like so quick on the draw to look up DotA buff, and he's like, "Oh, this guy's an account buyer. He totally bought his account from an EU player because I have 1,000 matches on EU." And it's like, man, to have imagine playing on 2 servers. It just totally means you're an account buyer, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And what kind of account buyer? Is this like the most inefficient account buyer ever, that it takes him a K games before he sells the account?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
1,100 games with a 52% win rate.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter that I have 5,000 games on US East with 53% win rate. It's like no different between the two. It's like, this guy totally bought his account from some EU player. It's like, yikes. Yikes. That was pretty great though. It's like, I've never heard that one before. Because usually when someone's an account buyer, you look at their profile and it's like, 80% win rate on Southeast Asian server playing Meepo, and like look at their top heroes and it's like 100% win rate on Meepo or something like that. This is like 50% win rate, 6,000 matches.
Yeah, that's pretty funny though. It makes me laugh. Marco, did you have a little bit of follow-up for last week that you want to throw out? Do we have some follow-up thoughts, some return corner?
Return corner. So I was thinking just after the pod about what tips to leave in there about the carry role, and 2 came to mind that I feel like aren't done enough. And so the first one is about, say you're killing a creep wave in the side lane. It's really efficient if you know you're safe enough to run ahead of your own creep to kill the next creep wave that's coming, and then just bail. Or maybe you run ahead to it and Blade Fury spin it and then TP out as your Blade Fury's ending. An aggressive play like that gets you a lot of good efficient gold, shoves the wave, and it's taking those little edges that is going to make you the better carry, make you get that GPM that bit higher. And it's really something that people don't think about. I see people, they'll farm a creep camp and then just go to the woods. It makes sense, but the state of the game is often enemy team is elsewhere on the map in vision, so why not just go and connect at that next creep wave, even though it's further down and deeper in the map? If you can look at the map, a little bit of map awareness, and kind of calculate, can I get this? Maybe I can get a couple creeps or the whole creep wave. You really should do it and really should have that as a priority.
And that's safer, just to follow up, it's safer for you to get the next wave, farm that quickly, then take a jungle camp. That's safer than you killing the first wave, jungle camp, then coming back for the second wave, because that gives so much time for enemies to come into that area of the map. You might think, oh, well, if I go for the next creep wave, I'm going to kill it in a slightly deeper position than if I go to a camp first. But that time negates any danger that going deeper onto the enemy side of the map will create. Time is such an important resource in Dota, If you can kill that next wave really, really quickly, that's safer than waiting while you kill a hard camp and then going back.
Yeah, and also by killing the imminent creep wave ahead of time, if you like, you're going to make your creep equilibrium further down the lane, and then that's going to pull the enemy further into their own side of the map, as opposed to just absently killing a wave and then leaving and then coming back where the equilibrium's not that deep. I agree. Then the second point I would like to say as a tip is to intercept creep waves when you're farming woods, or if an enemy woods, ideally some kind of aggro efficient place. It's really powerful. If you look on the minimap, see where your creep is going, say on the safe lane, you just mirror that. That means the creeps are in the exact same spot on the enemy's safe lane, so you can preemptively go into the lane, wait for them to appear, and kill them. And often you'll just be eking out extra GPM that, you might not have thought you'd be able to get, and you might be under lots of pressure and therefore have to be sneaky with your farm. But this is a really good way to get farm because enemy teams aren't going to expect someone to just intercept the creep wave and kill it and then bail. Again, it helps that creep shove pressure, map pressure. And it's just a really, really powerful tool to have in mind when you're playing carry and you're farming.
Okay, nice.
They're the two return corner points I had. The final question I would have before Diretide is, I saw your profiles changed, the Steam picture.
Yeah.
This warrants an explanation. What's going on?
There's no explanation.
Or backstory.
There's no real explanation or backstory. I just thought I was a little bit tired of the Dota 1 Pugna icon that has been on my profile for so long.
That was Pugna?
Yeah, that was Dota 1 Pugna.
I thought that was Clinks.
Oh, God, you think I'd have Clinks on my profile for that long? Jesus.
Makes a little more sense.
Oh, that's awful. I would never have Clinks on my profile. I had Dota 1 Pugna, and I've changed it to a meeple with a cape and
is this
a necklace.
Pokimon or Club Penguin?
No.
What is this?
What?
Is this Pokemon?
Boomer Mark? What in the world?
I don't know what this icon is. Who is this little penguin character?
It's not a character. It's a meeple. Yeah, it's a meeple, bro.
What the fuck's going on?
Meeples are like little wooden people that are used in games, like in board games.
Okay, so is this meeple from a specific board game?
No. It's not.
Is it just a stock?
It's a photo.
Image?
I googled the word meeple, and this was one of the results.
So it has no specific reference to something. It's just an item that exists in the world.
Somewhere in the world, yeah.
Damn.
That's the whole story right there. It's a cool looking meeple, basically. That's it. It's a cool looking meeple.
You learn something new every day.
This is going on the subreddit right now.
Marco's learned that it's not Pokemon. That's what he's learned.
That really looks like a Pokemon image, but it's in this low resolution.
Okay. Let's fly into Diretide, because there's a lot to fly into. This is, like I said at the start of the show, it's crazy. There's so much stuff going on. It's like Battle Pass all over again. I presume we've all had a chance to read through, and I don't really know where to start. I suppose generally from the top. I mean, first of all, Marco, you had some thoughts and praise for the video. You know, like the Valve video is pretty good.
Yeah, the trailer when you open client was so good, so high quality.
I was like, imagine making a video to promote your new like custom game. It's like, whoa, this feels amazing. Is this what other companies do?
Yeah. They're really going for the sort of more cartoony style, I feel, for Dota. You know, when you see characters like Pangolier and Dark Willow, Grimstroke was a little different, and then Snapfire. You know, they're going for the more cartoony, fun style, I suppose, for their trailers, which I think makes sense. Like we say, they look cool.
I mean, you saw like the art style in the client, right? How it's all kind of like for Diretide. How it's all like sketchbook.
Yes. Yeah.
Like that's what the game, the mode looks like that too. Like all the heroes look like that. All the map looks like, it's pretty cool. It's like a map / I don't know what you would call that art style. It's kind of like comic booky.
Yeah.
Very heavy outlines and stuff. So all the heroes have that treatment, and like everything is pretty cool.
That is interesting. And the whole client's gone green as well. All of the, hero store, watch, learn,
green
arcade.
Dota button. That's awesome.
Yeah, very cool. And the whole left side of the screen has changed now. A longer list where you can see friends and stacks and stuff, which I think is quite cool.
Adam, did you say that the Play Dota button's green now?
The like Dota at the top left. The DotA
the
logo.
icon at the top there.
Yeah. That's always been green.
I was about to throw out some heavy flame.
Well, no, Marco's is usually red because he's low prior.
Low prior, yeah. Or I was like, is Marco colorblind? Is this
Oh, God. Colorblind setting on Draskell.
Yep. Get the yellow Agi treads.
Nice. The special event we sort of already covered, right? We sort of covered the special event. I don't feel...
Do you have any add-ons, Adam? Me and Stan need to get some games in this week.
There's a ban mode. I mean, like you can ban people at the beginning. I would make sure to ban Clinks.
Okay. And is it guaranteed ban?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know at least 4 heroes have been banned every time, but I don't think everybody's, banning someone.
Yeah, sorry, go on. I don't know if you have anything else to say on that.
No, I don't think there's like a meta or anything. I would I definitely, like, the first time I played it, I had no idea what was happening. And then use that one as like, okay, I know what's happening now.
I think I'm going to get into a game after this. I'm going to get a quick
to pick up. They're short too. It's 25 minutes, like at most. Like, if it goes to max time, it's 25. So
yeah, I might get a game in after this. Well, I probably will. I want to know how these points work, because this is confusing me a bit, because it seems as though there's two separate sets of awards. There's rewards for Diretide points by playing regular Dota 2 matches and Diretide, and you get a reward for if you get 100 points. How many points have you got, Adam?
93.
You've only got 3?
93.
Oh, 93. Okay, I was about to say, Jesus. Yeah. So
first one of the day, you get 15 bonus. And then we got bonus points for playing in a guild. We got bonus points for winning. For doing certain things in the match. So I played 4, won one of them, and got 93. So about 20 per game or something. Okay,
interesting. I love that Valve's pushing these guilds. I really think it's good for player count, because when you sort of force people together, at first it's artificial and it's like a synthetic forcing people together to join guilds and play together. But before long, people are genuine friends, and then you're way more likely to play Dota and stay playing Dota, or have new people join if you've got guilds and friends to play with. So
the first match was with a 3-stack and a 2-stack, and then the next 3 were with a 5, and that was just so much more enjoyable. So much more to play with 5 people.
So you can spend 100 points to get what exactly?
I think when you get 100 points, you get a chest. I think. I haven't got 100 yet, but I think how it works is you get a Diretide chest that you can open with a key for $2.50. This is harkening back to way back in the day when you would just get chest drops, but you couldn't open them, and you had to buy a key. And like the whole Dota economy was based off of like key price or whatever. And then also there's like random drops. I haven't got any, but people are getting just after Diretide matches. You get like I've seen people get a chest drop or like a pumpkin head, just like random, because it seems like there's lots of items. It's like 75 items or something.
So I'm a little bit confused. There's 2 different treasures. There's the Hallowed Chest of the Diretide, which is the one with all of the tier 1 to 5 item stuff, and we'll get onto those in specifics in a minute. There's also just a Diretide chest where you might get sprays, emoticons, audio.
That's what I think drops. Like I saw someone get that a drop. I think the first thing you're talking about with like the immortals, the sets, and like the emblems, that's the get 100 points. Buy a key.
Okay.
And they like integrated the marketplace into the Dota client, so you can like sell, because everything's immediately marketable. So
I really like that. I like that everything's immediately marketable, because it's cool that if you get a certain item, you can sell it, buy something else, and I just quite like that.
Yeah, get what you actually wanted.
Yes, definitely. And there's a lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of stuff that I want. So, for example, this Diretide death effects, for example, or the spooky sprays, those things you can't buy with money. Those things you get from drops. Is that what we think?
I do not know. Like, I could see them coming from drops, but then also you could maybe buy it.
Oh, no. Okay. So, oh, no, I've solved it. I've got it. So when you get 100 points, you can buy a courier or a prized trunk of the Diretide. Not entirely sure. Oh, that's got certain sets in it, I see. Or you can buy effects or the ward or the Mega Kill Announcer. And I think it may or may not be random. I'm not sure if it's you get a random selection. And one of the things you can get is the hallowed chest of the Diretide, which is all the other stuff. So that's something you can get when you get 100. I don't know whether it's random or whether you can choose what you spend your 100 on. But they're all purchasable with points. And the set, the treasure is one of the things you can purchase, and that treasure has all the other stuff in it.
Oh, okay.
Believe that's what we're dealing with here. And you can buy the chest for $250 with a key. And that when I say the chest, I mean the special treasure. So all the other stuff like the cursor pack and the chat lines and the kill streak and the high five and the mega kill announcer and all that, that's with points, not with key. And the special treasure is with points and with key.
It says get chests by playing matchmaking or Diretide. Unlock the chest with a key, and you can buy the key.
I see. Yeah, that'll work then. Yeah. That's right. So the key's just to unlock it. You still have to earn it.
You still have to earn the chest. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
But you have to buy the key to unlock the chest.
Yes.
So I could have loads of useless chests.
Well, you could probably sell the chest, but yes.
Fuck.
You can give me the chest and I'll buy the keys because this sniper immortal set is insane.
Yes. I said to Stan, it looks like a StarCraft unit.
Yeah, he's like a space marine. That is awesome.
Yeah. Some of these sets are insane. Let's do this hallowed chest of the Diretide. Let's pick out our favourites. You mentioned Sniper. Not only does he look cool, also the shrapnel effect.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Cool. Oh, you haven't seen the shrapnel effect?
No, I'm just looking at it in client.
Oh, that's the best.
He's got a laser gun.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah.
The shrapnel is very cool. It's like purple rain.
Ooh, that animation on the right click.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool.
Oh, the shrapnel is nice.
Yeah. I like a lot of the tier 3 ones. I really like the Shadow Shaman, the Shackles. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, that tongue. That is awesome.
That's a very cool, very, very cool. I think the Tombstone, the special Tombstone, I don't know if you've seen that. That's mad. It's like a doorway. It's bonkers. I don't even know what tier that is, but it's one of them.
That's 3. I'm looking at like the Immortals. There's the Bane, Grimstroke, Mars, Shadow Shaman, Omni Knight, PL, Undying, PA. Those are the tier 3s, I think. That brain sap with the brain coming out of somebody's head.
Yeah, that's a fun one for sure. The Mars with Medusa.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a cool one that we like. Do we like these emblems, the tier 5s, the hardest things to get? Will many people be going for them, do you think? Or do you think they'll be stopping at tier 4 and thinking, I don't want to recycle 10 tier 4s just to get an emblem?
I think those are cool, but I probably just want to get the sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it depends.
They won't be like the TI ones that are worth hundreds of dollars, I don't think.
It will be interesting to see how much they are worth when it's all said and done. As we said, all of the items are marketable, so it'll be interesting to see. I think the economy of all that stuff. Any thoughts on these hundreds of sets, Marco? We've got so much to look at. Tier 1, 2, and 3, they're all good, and they all have some good ones in there.
Yeah, it's nice that the tiers definitely aren't strictly improving, like you say, with the tier 1. the Alchemist is a really cool one. It's Frankenstein styled. And only tier 1 pretty good. Tier 2, there's an anti-mage one, but kind of just looks like the Dota Plus set. Not that impressive. I think it was tier 2, the Riki one, which I honestly had no idea what hero it was, because it looks like Lycan, but then its body model was too small to be Lycan. So then I was like, is this Pango?
And he's got anti-mage blades.
Anti-mage blades as well? Maybe it's Bloodseeker, because that's a kind of furry little thing. But then Nick said, is that Riki in the werewolf form? And I think it probably is Riki from the stance of the arms.
It's Riki, yeah.
It's fucking hard to tell.
These tier 2 sets are actually really good.
Yeah, the tier 1s are good. Yeah.
All these tier 2s are better than almost anything from TI.
Yeah.
Just like in terms of ambient effects and like, I don't know, have you seen this Clockwork one?
The Clockwork one's ridiculous.
It doesn't have a head.
His brains in a jar.
Brain in a jar, and then like a jar of cogs. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
My glance value. How am I supposed to know that this is Clockwork?
I also like the Darkseer carrying the time thing, the egg timer thing. That's very cool.
Hourglass.
Hourglass, yeah, that's the word I was looking for.
Egg timer thing.
Egg timer.
Egg timer.
Yeah.
Soup's done.
Have you seen the level 1 Kunkka that's Slardar dressed as Kunkka? Take a look at that one. The level 1 Kunkka.
What's it called?
It's called Vengeance of the Brine Lords. It's literally Slardar dressed as Kunkka. It's Slardar's head.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like I like it. Halloween. Everyone's dressing up.
Yeah. I think the Pudge one's pretty ridiculous as well. Pumpkin Pudge. It's pretty mad. Lots of colours going on.
Well, you can get pumpkin heads for anybody too.
So when the pumpkin head drops, is it for a specific hero that you get it for?
Doubt it. This
That
Pudge
would be pretty hard.
has a pumpkin head.
It would be the funniest pumpkin.
He's got a tail, and there's a cat. This is wild.
Give him a broomstick.
What tier's the Pudge?
1.
Oh, is it? Oh, sure. There you go. Oh, yeah, it's a cat. Yeah, that's pretty.
It's a bit like the Scarecrow Pudge.
Yeah. This Viper set. What is Viper supposed to be?
I know he's red. He's like red, glowing red.
He's a turtle.
I guess so.
Snapper. He's a snapping turtle. A flying snapping turtle. I'm not one to question.
Yeah. It's very cool. A lot of these sets are super cool.
Shadow Fiend. This level 1 Shadow Fiend. That does not look like Shadow Fiend.
Yeah. I think that... Is that Shadow Demon?
No, the Twilight Effigy set. Where he's got like a bone head and leaves around his neck.
Check out the tier 1 Shadow Demon and tell me that's not Shadow Fiend.
What's that?
What's it called?
I don't know. I'm just on the website. It says Shadow Demon. Tier 1.
Operation Find Shadow Demon in the tier 1 items.
Oh, it's alphabetical in the client.
Just look for Shadow Fiend and you'll find Shadow Demon.
I don't see I see a Shadow Fiend. I don't see a Shadow Demon. These are alphabetical, and there's not a Shadow Fiend. The Shadow Demon set.
They must have confused themselves when they did the website and labeled.
Is it the one where he's got, the autumn leaves like around his neck?
Yeah. The website's labeled it Shadow Demon, so that tells you that glance value is not happening.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's a funny blunder.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder how much this stuff will be, because some of it's already on the markets and some is a lot more expensive than others. So, for example, this sniper, this tier 1 sniper where he's got candles and a sort of gun that's made out of wood, that's £1.68 at the moment. But if we go along to the Pudge, that's £8. So £8 for the tier 1 Pudge, £6.50 for the tier 1 Rubik. He looks like a plague doctor, which is very cool. But it's interesting to see the different cost of these different sets. Nick's £1.50. I mean, it's a very average set. I'm looking out. Ooh, £1.35 for the Meepo. Might have to jump on that. I'm always interested by the sort of cost of all these different items, and many of them still don't have a market value. I don't think any of the tier 2s... Oh no, there's one tier 2 up for sale. £3.80 for that Bat Rider. Doesn't seem that much. It's a pretty mad set.
They'll settle.
Yeah. Be interesting to see where they settle down.
One of the big perks is the ghostly high fives.
Yeah.
Everyone loves a high five. They are pretty good for team morale. Now to make it ghostly. Whoa.
Yeah, definitely.
Happy to see that.
Yeah, for sure. There's so much stuff with this, not just the ghostly high fives, but I think the couriers and the wards and stuff look very fun as well. Like the spoolie courier and the
or just like the
scatterbrains.
spooky effects, like on your hero. They showed like the lifestealer chains that are like all ghostly, just like that type of stuff.
Meepo Ghost. Yeah. Very, very cool. Mega Kill Announcer that's a pumpkin. I'm interested to see what that's going to sound like. Yeah. I don't know if that's released yet. I don't know if any of this is released yet. I suppose it must be. If you can get them with 100 points. People must have got them already in some...
I wonder, like, is it just... You get this chest, right? You pay $250. Do you guarantee yourself a tier 1 item, or...
Or see, you've got...
lucky and get tier 2 stuff, tier 4 stuff?
You've got to unlock the chest and then buy it, but I don't know what you're guaranteed or not guaranteed. I've no idea. I wonder if it's random. I'd be surprised if you could choose, simply because who's going to choose like a spray when they can choose a spooky high five or an announcer pack, an entire announcer pack versus like sprays. Do you know what I mean?
So yeah, there's 2 chests. You're talking about the first one, not the hallowed chest, the Diretide.
There's 2 treasures, yeah, but all of this stuff isn't in a treasure. You can get two different types of treasure with 100 points. You can get prize trunk of the Diretide treasure, or you can get hallowed chest of the Diretide treasure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so with your 100 Diretide points, you could get one of those 2 treasures, but you could also get some of these other seasonal goodies like couriers and whatnot.
I believe so, yes. So there are sets. If you're on the internet page and you scroll down to what you get with 100 points, there are separate sets that you get. There's a whole other treasure we haven't even talked about.
Yeah.
And there's sets in that. There's an SF, there's a Lich, a Wraith King, a Timber, a Night Stalker, a CK, and a Pudge. They don't look as good. There's a Riki as well. They don't look as good as the other sets, I would say. But there's also all the ghosts. There's the ghost of Magnus, Centaur, Ench, all these other heroes. Not all of them, but...
Yeah, so one of the cool thing about this hollowed Diretide chest with the different tiers is that you can combine, say, 10 items of one tier to get an item of the next tier. So by playing enough games and say you get enough chests, you can build your way up to better items if you wanted. It's quite interactive.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's good that they're not useless, if you know what I mean, I would say. I'm really interested to see what this stuff does. Also, I'm interested to see whether you choose or whether you get randomly these effects, because for some people, getting a MMR double down token is like so irrelevant if they don't play ranked. So they're going to be so annoyed if they get that instead of a mystery item or set or a cursor pack. Well, no one cares about cursor packs other than me, or like a Diretide death effect or something. These things seem really cool versus MMR double down or, you know, some random other thing that you don't care about. So I wonder how random it will be. I guess we'll find out when Adam gets 5 more points or whatever.
Yeah, soon.
Soon, yeah. In general, like, very, very, very interesting stuff. On a more macro level, why do you think, or what do you think about Valve putting on such a insane release just for Diretide, just for Halloween. What do you think?
This is like the fall winter like battle pass. Is kind of what it is. This might have always been the plan.
They used to do them, didn't they? They used to do like seasonal battle passes. They used to be more than just the TI one.
Yeah, tied into the majors, but now this is like a holiday event that lasts for months. I like it.
So it lasts up till 22nd of December.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they'll do another seasonal themed thing at the start of 2021? Because you kind of missed the Christmas vibe.
I kind of doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it. So do you reckon it could be this like twice a year?
Unless they're going to be like New Bloom.
Oh, is that the Chinese New Year?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
It's possible that they do New Bloom and that takes them to close enough to May that they then hold off for the Battle Pass again. Interesting.
Oh, I just realised we were meant to have begun the DPC season like a month ago or now. Do you know how they're going to have the leagues? They kind of did that a bit in Omega League in the summer and whatnot, but that wasn't Valve's event. Oh man, feels bad.
I know, yeah.
Just remembered.
The leagues would have been so cool. I was so in for the leagues. That was very exciting. I think Valve are exploring money-making possibilities in Dota beyond the Battle Pass, because the Battle Pass is so unbelievably exceptional and profitable for Valve that if they can find some way to do more Battle Passes, say for example they could just do 2 Battle Passes a year, and they, without reducing the number of people that pay into the Battle Pass that they currently have, it seems definitely worth it, right? The amount of money that the Battle Pass makes is obscene, and yes, it takes a lot of work, but relatively, the number of people that work on Dota is not that high in Valve, and the amount of money they get from the Battle Pass is redonkulous. So I feel like, just from a pure business standpoint, if they can get enough people buying these keys, then they're going to be printing money, right? That seems to be the only way you can pay into this system, is through buying keys, and maybe the cuts they get from the market transactions. Are those the 2 things that Valve would take from this, I think? I can't see anywhere else you'd pay in.
Yeah.
So they're just banking, I suppose, they're banking on people buying lots of keys, and they're also, as well as obviously having a generally higher player pool, is just good for the game and good for Valve's bottom line as well. People buying sets and stuff. So I think that's interesting. I think they're perhaps moving towards trying to have a Battle Pass season up for as much as possible, and they've sort of realised, probably overdoing so many Battle Passes year after year after year, and the amount of money they're raising isn't going down for whatever reason. Yes, the Battle Passes are kind of getting better and better, and the sets are getting wackier and wackier and all that. I guess they've realised that they can't oversaturate people's desires for hats, so they're just going to do it all year. They're going to do 3 different ones a year because they can, and they're going to be printing money for 3 times longer each year or something, you know. So it is interesting to me that it's good, because I love Dota. Me and Marco were musing on the fact that, what were we saying? We played the game for like a decade, or at least you have, and
yeah, you've put in like maybe you've put in £100. Probably only put in about 75 or something.
Yeah, it's mad.
Madness.
Yeah, but that's the model. I'm quite happy for that. Means tested game, because I've put in not very much relatively, and Saudi Prince has put in like 2 mil or something, versus normal games where everyone just buys the disc for 40 quid or whatever, and 50 quid, and you know, I quite like the means tested free to play games for the win.
Let the whales carry us.
Yeah, let the whales carry us. Let
Thank you,
Valve
whales.
keep pandering to the whales. Anything else you want to anyone wants to say on the Diretide updates and stuff? Anything you're like looking forward to trying or something like that?
I just am glad it's back. It's been a long time. Diretide. I feel like Halloween suits Dota, so I'm glad that it's here. Smiley face.
And what was it last time? Was it the same game mode?
I don't think there's been Diretide for like 5 years or something.
I've never had it before. So
yeah.
What was it last?
Frostivus or other stuff. They haven't done Frostivus in a while either, have they?
No, haven't done Frostivus.
Maybe just throw a Santa hat on Roshan and call it a day.
Yeah, that is the Valve effort, I think, at this point. Yeah. It's kind of odd. Oh, so, never mind. I was about to say there's nothing in actual games of Dota that's changed, but then I realised that everything in actual games of Dota has changed because of all the sets, all of the crazy effects, and the high fives, the spooky high fives and stuff. I wonder how much points you'll get from playing a regular game of Dota versus playing Diretide game modes. I hope you get a decent chunk from regular, because I feel like after a couple of weeks, or maybe even just a week, I might be a bit tired of playing the game mode, perhaps. I wonder about that.
Right.
Yeah.
You get your one win of the day, and then...
But what's nice about it is that you can play a game knowing max 25 minutes. And it's like a wind-down game, say. You've only got 30 minutes. So I'll just chill out on Diretide.
Overthrow.
Yeah, waiting for someone perhaps. All right, let's just smash out Diretide. And that's pretty nice.
Squeeze it into a work break while you're working from home. Just, the degen option.
Squeeze in a CM, captain's mode, in-house. As a work break.
Yeah.
I've got a question. Was there meant to be a big patch, or was that...
That's in November.
So we're getting a big patch in November.
Do we know that?
We're getting a new hero. Yeah, it just depends on whether or not you think they're going to put that with the patch or not.
Did anything interesting happen in the last patch? Because there was a patch that came out a few weeks ago or something, and then it was in that patch. It said, "Oh no, maybe it was just a Valve blog post saying there's going to be a new hero in November." Was it November?
And a new one in the spring as well.
And then a new one in the spring. Maybe you could have an event with the spring hero.
I think it's likely that a big patch comes with the new hero in November. I think that's very likely, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's pretty hype.
Yeah, that's very hype.
Goodies plus big patch change, new hero change. That's very exciting.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be reviewing that, when it comes out. I have a question for you guys as well. Jug's Healing Ward. If you use Healing Ward, refresh, and use Healing Ward again, does it stack?
No.
The heal?
Yeah.
Surely not.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. The only reason I ask is because in the example of the Provocation of Ruin, the tier 4 immortal set where you get a special Healing Ward, he uses 2 next to each other on the Valve advert, and I was thinking that's interesting. Would that ever be a thing that would be possible in a game?
There's not many things that stack in Dota. Generally,
2 of the same thing. Yeah,
Razor ult. Yeah, but not a lot of. I don't know. Healing stuff like that doesn't usually.
Auras and buffs.
Yeah. And different sources of the same thing stack diminishingly, usually, don't they? Like different sources of lifesteal stack diminishingly and different sources of status resistance, I believe.
Now, there was a time.
Oh, yeah.
You remember Ursa or Gyro with all that status resist?
Well, it was like Pudge and Centaur when Strength gave status resist.
Yeah.
Or Tiny.
Tiny, yeah. Oh, Tiny was so weird. Didn't he get status resist with his ult? With Grow?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was so annoying because things like Necro ult, he'd be able to use off Necro ult because the stun wouldn't last long enough for the damage to happen.
Oh, yeah.
And silly stuff like that. Yeah, very frustrating.
Yeah, that's why the double Dezo gets flamed, because you're only ever going to apply one debuff.
Yes. Yeah. And all of the
Raid.
Greaves stuff as well.
Yeah, the Greaves auras, mech auras.
Yeah. You can get 2 Greaves heals, though.
But then the aura that is applied after you use it, or at least there's definitely an aura that was applied that's applied after you use mech, like you give everyone bonus armor for a little duration. Something like this. Yeah, those aura buffs. No, not aura buffs, those are buffs. Wouldn't stack. But yeah, you could heal twice.
Right. Okay.
Radiance doesn't stack, that's why that double radi gets flamed.
Yeah. So the active of Greaves you get, but you don't get the Guardian Greaves aura, and you don't get the aura that's placed on after you use or whatever.
Yeah, you'd not get
Interesting.
That. You can't get the buff.
Interesting. Okay. I know these things, although I'm always amazed at how I just forget interactions. Like I was playing a game with Dynamic the other day. I think it was a duo queue, and I was playing Juggernaut carry, and I thought, and I kind of know this because I've seen it happen in games. You know when you Omni slash a Lotus and it's like an anime fight or whatever?
Yeah.
I've seen that happen, so I know that happened, but for some reason in the game, someone Lotused themselves, and I thought, oh, well, I'm just going to Omni slash them, because thinking it was like Lincoln's, where all it is the first slash doesn't hit, and everything else does hit.
Yeah.
Dynamic was like, thought it was like such a basic mechanic that I couldn't possibly not know what it does. So he was like, "Oh, like what? You just Omni Lotus?" Like he thought I was like ruining. Do you know what I mean? Like because it's such an obvious thing.
I always get
Quite
confused.
Funny.
Lotus and the Anti-Mage E. So when I face a Lotus, I do get jarred and go, "Wait, can I cast a spell or should I not? Will it bounce back to me but not hurt them?" So that always confuses me. But yeah, it's just you both get hit by the same spell. As opposed to
you both get it, and it... Yeah, go on. It's just the Lotus.
AMs is the Lotus plus Lincoln's.
Yes, and the Lincoln's is only one time. Lotus lasts for the duration, you know?
Yeah.
So you can reflect multiple spells.
Often, yeah, you should use the spell on them. Like, you're a support, say.
Yes.
Yeah. I've hesitated sometimes, thinking, like, will this not work?
Yeah, thinking only you will get stunned or whatever, yeah, definitely. There's all sorts of weird interactions like that. I feel like every week I'm like, oh, didn't know it worked like that, didn't know it worked like that, didn't know it worked like that. But that's Dota, hey. Yeah. Well, I mean, if we don't have anything else to add, I feel like it's just time to get stuck into Diretide. And for all you guild gamers out there, we've got to do the guild, continue to do the guild proud and keep these voice lines coming. I've been very much enjoying throwing out the Lacads, Matatargs, and the YOLOs and all the rest of it.
Well, I just checked. We've dropped to 98th percentile. Unacceptable.
Whoa.
Some culling is going to happen.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. You heard it here first. Watch out, Marco's on the prowl. No one's safe.
Adam's on the prowl.
No, that's my bat signal for Marco to start doing stuff.
Yeah.
Starting with... Uh-oh.
Who's bottom?
Where is he? Where's Stan?
I'm up high, man.
You want a Diretide?
I wasn't looking... Yeah, sorry. This Pokimon is your Steam picture. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, the Pokemon, yeah.
Yeah, now it's Marco at 25. Yikes.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to put contract in, and I don't have Dota Plus, so then everyone's got Dota Plus is inflated.
25 for Marco, 11th for Stan. And
I'm knocking on the top 10.
I'm at
knocking on the
6th.
door.
Oof, sweating.
Shout out to Frost God.
Yeah, Frost, Dynamic, Fiffle, Aesthetics, and Baby Bubblebutt 3.
Yeah, some solid performances. Keep grinding, and we'll see you again next week. Have a final whistle.